wardrobe for Buddy Pough is provided by Lure Reeves. Lure Reeves is a proud sponsor of the Buddy Pough Show.
All right, welcome back to the Buddy Pough Show. Second half now. South Carolina kicking off the South Carolina State. And, Coach, you really wanted to do something special as we kick off the second half because we missed an opportunity at the end of the first half.
We needed to get off and get something started here offensively because, you know, we were at the point now where, you know, if you don't do it, then you start thinking you can. And eventually what eventually happened.
Folks, you know, you see Will Ford on that carry for South Carolina State and Cleve McCoy. We talk about these guys week in and week out, Coach. It was good to see guys who we talk about step up in a big game.
Some of these guys thrive in this kind of setting. Of course, some of our guys don't, but, you know, it's a situation here where we have some guys that really come to the forefront.
And you can see that in Will Ford over 100 yards rushing. Gamecocks go on offense and find something here with Mike Davis and Corey Boyd. We get a healthy dose on this first series from them.
Yeah, I think they decided they were going to come out and just kind of take things into their own hands. They ran the football on, say, almost the entire series here. And then they come out and they kind of stress us out with an unbalanced look that you know, that we really had some problems with. And, you know, they get the football pretty much down in the end zone.
And this is perhaps, I think, as far as the Gamecocks are concerned, you talk about Mike Davis, the best series I've seen him have as a collegiate. He really got some confidence and was a key player on this drive for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, and they get us on a little fumble, I mean, a little screen play there. And, you know, we really thought they'd throw what Coach Spurrier generally throws, but that's the tough thing about him. He's always hard to figure out.
Tough play here. Jasper Brinkley batting the ball up in the air, catching it himself, gets to carry him. Gamecocks up 24-3, and this is where it really gets tough, where you have to kind of to hang in. And the thing about it is, we responded.
We did. Bailey Brinson gets the ball back here. We make a nice play here on the little up route, and we back in business again. We got the football, and we're going down the field a little bit here.
You know, Coach, and it seems as though, and you talked about Cleve running the football more, when he was able to do that, he was effective.
Of course, and that's probably his biggest strength. You know, when he can run some option and throw a little bit, but you know, we couldn't quite get enough of anything done.
Jonathan Woods stopped there as we head now into the fourth quarter. Gamecocks ahead 24-3. Later in the quarter now, the Gamecocks with the football, and this is Corey Boyd after a turnover, I think it was, taking it into the end zone, 29 yards on the run, and this perhaps probably our worst defensive play, one of the real bad defensive plays.
Yeah, we did. It was a situation where we tried to fake a punt, didn't quite make it. You know, our defense goes out there and gives up a score, but at this point, it's pretty much over.
And you talk about Aaron Hare again. Hare tries to look over that defense, Coach, but you can just tell the way he carries himself during the course of a play that he has much more confidence than he did last year.
He's at the point now where he's getting to be a guy, and, you know, I think he's only going to get better from this point on.
Gamecocks now running the football as the clock begins to wind down. Mike Davis on the carry there. One of the things you talked about, and I know Coach Spurrier really talked about trying to get more people involved in this football game, they weren't really able to do that. They get a big play here down to the Barnes kid, but they really weren't able to get to the second-line players as early in this football game as they would have liked to.
Well, they weren't, but, you know, that still doesn't help us very much. You know, we needed to get them stopped and get some points, and that's what we were not able to do.
You see the tail of the tape here, the first down department. The Gamecocks with 24 first downs, the Bulldogs with only 12. Time of possession we did okay with, but it was really just the offense production, and we don't see the penalties there, but the penalties certainly played a huge factor in this football game.
Our penalty report was 2 pages, you know, the most we've had in a long time, and they were almost all somehow or another crowd related. So, you know, the one thing that we've got to really adjust to in this kind of setting is dealing with the crowd noise.
Farm Bureau drive of the game obviously would have to be South Carolina State scoring drive, which was actually set up by the Bulldog defense on the Gamecock first possession of the game, Marquis Hamlin. Unfortunately, that drive couldn't take him into the end zone. We would have liked to have gotten him in the end zone.
Yeah, I certainly would have. And we actually had some pretty good things going here. We blocked it well, hit the very first play, but then we started that problem with the crowd noise deal and our tackles moving and getting behind the chains that way. And the next thing we know, we have to kick a field goal.
You get Aaron Hare here on the quarterback draw. Cleve McCoy on the quarterback draw. Aaron Hare will come in and knock down a healthy 37-yard field goal to get the Bulldogs on the board. The Farm Bureau drive of the game for South Carolina State. We'll be back with more. And what's up next for South Carolina State after this timeout?